Hi, my name is Keith Cooper of Northlight Images. This is a short video about some tips and things I've found for keeping the Epson ET-8550 healthy, addressing paper feed issues and a few other things. In general, it's a very reliable printer. I don't have any problems with it. Well, actually, it's Karen's office printer, but I borrow it occasionally for some testing. And one of the things I'm asked about is paper feeding. Now, a few things that may help there. I've got a small camera poked in the back here, and you can see a roller. There is a rubber roller there, and that sometimes causes paper feed issues. Now, that paper roller is quite tricky to get to. You'll see it. As I say, it's a very thin, a small borescope type camera that I've got in here with a light on it. And you can see the rubber roller there. You can also see dust and various other things on it. That comes off paper. You get fibres come off paper. It depends what sort of papers you use. Some are worse than others. If you only ever use photo papers, then likely you won't get this particular problem so much. But dust will still get into the printer. It's one of the reasons why I recommend, if you're not using it much, you put this back in and put the back over the top to keep dust out of it. You might want to, if you're in a dusty environment, look at a cover or something like that. Now, it's worth occasionally vacuuming this out. I do sometimes use a blower on it to get it out, but you know, I have been convinced by people that I really shouldn't be blowing. I should be using a small vacuum cleaner. I looked at a few of those recently. There's a very small battery operated one that sucks and blows at the same time, and that is good for cleaning off dust off this. But that roller can, over time, from some papers, the surface can be slightly polished. Now, those who are old enough to remember typewriters will remember that you quite regularly had to clean the rubber rollers on typewriters to keep them gripping the paper right. And the same thing happens here. Now, I can use, on some long cotton buds, I will use some isopropyl alcohol. That was tape head cleaner, or it was sold service stuff for typewriters and the like. So the rubber pickup roller there, that's that one there. Now there are one or two other rollers in it, but that's the main one that changes things for any paper problems. Another issue that I found with people when they're using larger sheets, sometimes the paper, you can extend this back bit here, but somehow this is just an A4 sheet, but of larger sheets, it leans over the back of it. It doesn't go very... Quite often in paper packs, you will find a sheet of cardboard. Now, this cardboard came out of the pack for this, and it has a nice, smooth, almost polished surface to it. Put that down there, then put your paper on it. Now, thicker papers, you will only use one sheet of paper because there is a limit to what will feed through this. Oh, and don't try feeding this through, forgetting you've got no paper in it, and try, because this really won't feed through the mechanism. If you want to print on board like this, you need to use the rear feed. Now, I'm not looking at the rear feed in this one. I did a video a while ago which shows how to set this up for using the rear feed, the straight through print path. This is mainly about this. So if you've got that, use that to help feed. Keep the rollers clean. Another thing is, a few people have said, oh, I have real problems feeding papers. And it turned out when I asked that they were trying to feed papers using thicker papers, using the tray at the front here. In general, I would not use the trays on this for any form of paper other than plain copier paper. Now, that's what this has got in it. You can, incidentally, when you take the rollers at the back, you can access some of the rollers for cleaning and that. And it's worth giving them a look over, cleaning up for dust and things. But if you get a printer that's been working okay and starts working less well, it may just be some deposits from the surface of the paper or something has rubbed off on this rollers. So you need to have a look at that. There's very little of this you can actually get into. I can open this up. Let's just open up the top here. Let's not open up the scanner. And I can look at some of the other rollers. Now you've got, these are the rollers for the print output. There is a long spindle there. That's worth cleaning around here. I've mentioned before about aspects of this about keeping it clean for ink, but this is really about paper dust. As you can see, there's not a lot you can actually get at from this end. Just keep this clean. When you are cleaning, do make sure that you don't accidentally touch any of the bits at the back here, the cable, that's the drive bit, and other aspects of it. The printer does not like this stuff being messed with, so be careful. As you can see, it's fairly clean in here. There's no real problems with it. There's the print head assembly is in there, and you can get to that, but I covered that in another video. But really, it's paper feed problems. If you have papers that don't feed, when you get a paper, if it has problems feeding, try a different paper, because there is a limit on this printer as to what you can actually feed through it. And remember that with any printer, you pick the printer first, then you pick your papers. So if you're experimenting with expensive papers, do check with some samples that one, your paper feeds okay, because some stiff paper will have problems. I have heard of people attempting to fit on the back here to actually put some guides on here, but that doesn't work terribly well. Just make sure that when you pop that down there, when you are testing new papers, as I say, just make sure that the paper you've got is not one that marks easy, because there are parts of the paper feed mechanism of this which can mark some papers. Some printers are worse than others. Some heavy papers don't like that. Some heavy papers you may need to feed from the back. In general, I don't like using the rear feed, because the problem is that the rear feed imposes a larger margin on the trailing edge of the paper. But the usual problems I've come across that people have been connected with the pickup rollers here, and that's your biggest thing to fix. Keep that clean, keep it on, and the printer is very reliable. So there you have it, ways of keeping your printer clean. If I find anything else, I'll cover it in a video, but in general, it's a very reliable printer. I don't have problems with it. Just don't try feeding thick paper in one of these little trays here and putting stiff card through the top here. It doesn't like it. Incidentally, if anyone's curious, this is the camera I got. This was off an online market site. It's got LEDs, it's USB powered. Just plug it in, away it goes. It is about 5-6 millimeters diameter, and is really useful for seeing inside of kit if you've dropped something and things like that. If I was get another one, I'd get one with a slightly longer lead on it. This is only about a meter lead. This is the controller for the light on the end. You can change the light brightness. It's LEDs. Works very well. Cost a few pounds. Very cheap compared to what you would have paid for a borescope camera a few years ago. Anyway, hope that's been of help, and thanks for watching, and bye.